Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everyday Chinese English Academy. I'm Ming.
And I'm Emma. Today's story begins with a very small piece of paper. It has only 3 characters printed on it. B17.
A movie ticket.
No, it cannot tell me where to sit. It can only decide when I am allowed to eat dinner.
You took a waiting number at a restaurant.
Exactly. The problem was that the screen said A42. I could not tell whether B17 was coming soon or sometime after midnight.
So today we are going to examine an invisible line. The customers are not standing behind one another, but every group has a place inside a system.
We will learn 6 useful expressions, and I will tell you how one quick trip to buy a drink almost made my dinner disappear from that system.
Restaurant rules vary. Letters, estimated times, notification methods, and the treatment of a missed number can all be different.
This is not a universal manual for every restaurant. It is a set of language tools for observing, asking, and confirming what is happening in front of you. It was 7 o'clock on a Saturday evening. My friend Luis and I arrived at a popular noodle restaurant after walking around the city for most of the afternoon.
So you were calm, patient, and not hungry at all. Was there a line outside?
There were many people, but no visible line. Some sat on benches, some stood near the door. Several looked at their phones, and one family was sharing a bag of snacks.
That can be confusing when you have just arrived. Are they waiting for the restaurant, collecting delivery orders, or simply meeting friends?
Luis and I quietly stood behind one group because they looked organized. 2 minutes later, all 5 of them entered a car and left. Yes, we returned to the entrance and looked for better evidence. Beside the door, there was a large screen, a small ticket machine, and a very busy staff member.
What was on the machine?
It offered choices for small, medium, and large groups. I pressed the option for 2 people. The machine printed a ticket marked B17 and an estimated wait of 35 minutes.
That sounds useful.
Until I looked up. The screen showed A42, C08, and a message saying 6 large groups were waiting. I saw no B number at all.
What did Luis think?
He asked, "Are there 16 groups before us?" I said, "Maybe, or perhaps there are 116. The letter is doing something mysterious."
This is the moment to stop guessing. Keep the ticket, confirm the table category, read the instructions, and ask one specific question.
Our first word is paidui, to wait in line or form a queue.
排队，排队.
When people stand in a clear line, the idea is easy. The newest person joins the end, and everyone can see the order.
But a queue can also live inside a paper ticket, an app, a pager, or a list held by a staff member.
Exactly. The absence of a straight human line does not mean there is no order. It may mean the order has been recorded somewhere else.
At that restaurant, customers were sitting, shopping nearby, checking their phones, or talking beside the door. They were still paidui.
The important question is not, what shape are the people making? It is, how does this place record and advance the order?
Many countries use waiting lists, text messages, or electronic buzzers at busy restaurants. The interface changes, but the basic problem is familiar. More groups want tables than the restaurant has available.
When you arrive, you can ask, 请问在哪里排队? That means, excuse me, where do I join the queue?
If the staff member points to a machine, you know the queue begins by taking a number. If they ask for your name, it may be a written waiting list.
Do not simply attach yourself to the nearest group of people. You may accidentally wait with customers collecting food, people waiting for a ride, or a family discussing where to go next.
Also, do not assume that an invisible line gives you permission to walk directly inside. Look for a sign, ticket machine, QR code, reception desk, or screen.
One short question usually saves more time than 10 minutes of silent observation.
Our second word is quhao, to take or receive a queue number.
quhao, quhao. Qu means to take, and hao means a number. When you quhao, the system records that you have arrived and places you in a queue.
The phrase sounds simple, but one detail matters. Which queue?
Some restaurants separate groups by table size. A might be large tables, B might be tables for 1 or 2 people, and C might be medium groups.
Those letters are only examples. A particular restaurant may use completely different categories, so read the explanation on the screen or ticket.
This was the secret of B17. it did not come after A42, and it was not racing against C08. It belonged to the B queue for small tables.
A small table can become available while a large group is still waiting, or the opposite can happen. Several queues may move at different speeds.
The 35-minute estimate was also not a promise. Customers might eat quickly, stay for a long conversation, cancel, arrive late, or accept a different kind of table. I finally showed the ticket to the staff member and asked how many groups were before B17. She checked the system and said, about 8 small tables.
That answer was far more useful than comparing B17 with A42.
She also confirmed that our ticket was for 2 people. Then she pointed to the screen and speaker and told us to watch and listen because this restaurant did not call customers by phone.
After taking a number, check the group size, ticket number, table category, estimated time, and notification method.
If you accidentally choose 6 people when there are only 2 of you, tell the staff early. Do not wait 30 minutes and hope the system discovers your true size through intuition.
And do not take several tickets because you hope one category will move faster. Duplicate tickets make estimates less accurate and may create unnecessary work for the staff.
Our third word is dengwei, to wait for a table.
等位,等位. 等 means to wait, and wei refers to a place or position. In this context, you are waiting for seating to become available.
This is more specific than simply waiting. You are waiting for a limited resource, and the restaurant is trying to match different groups with different tables.
The benches outside were full. Next door was a drink shop, and Luis suggested getting something cold while we waited.
You were worried the queue would suddenly become very fast.
Of course. A 35-minute estimate can feel completely reliable until you walk 20 meters away. Then you imagine 8 tables becoming free at the same moment.
Did you ask whether you could leave the entrance?
Yes, I asked the staff member if we could wait nearby. She said that was fine, but we needed to hear the announcement or watch the screen. The system would not send a text or make a phone call.
That gives you an operational boundary. You may move, but you should stay within the notification area.
We bought drinks, set a 10-minute timer, and took turns checking the screen. That way, dengwei did not consume the whole evening or require us to stare at one number without blinking.
Other restaurants may update a mini program, send a message, lend you a pager, or ask you to remain at the entrance. Never assume that the method from one place applies to another.
The estimated time should also be treated as a range, not a train schedule. 35 minutes might become 20 or 50.
If your schedule is tight, ask for the estimate before taking the number, then decide whether the wait is worth it.
We decided to stay. The evening was warm, our drinks were good, and B17 had transformed from a threat into a small project we could monitor.
Our fourth word is jiaohao, jiaohao, to call a queue number.
叫号,叫号. 叫 means to call, and hao is the number. The restaurant announces that a particular number should come to the desk.
10 minutes after buying the drinks, what did the screen show?
B14. I felt relieved. I thought there were 3 groups before us, so I went around the corner to throw away our empty cups.
This is where the story becomes dangerous.
The trash station had 2 openings with labels I wanted to read correctly. I paused for what felt like 5 seconds. Then the restaurant speaker made an announcement.
Could you understand it?
I heard a noisy B followed by something unclear. At the entrance, Luis began waving both arms like a person guiding an airplane.
A subtle signal.
I ran back. The staff member was calling B17 for the second time. I raised the ticket and said, B17, we're here.
Jiaohao can happen through a voice announcement, a screen, a text message, an app, or a pager. Some systems repeat the call, but the number of repetitions is not guaranteed.
The staff member checked that both of us were present. Our table was ready, but another employee was still cleaning one chair.
That shows an important detail. Being called does not always mean you sit down in the same second. It means the system is matching your group with a real table.
We moved close to the desk, kept the entrance clear, and waited for the employee to lead us.
When your number is called, have the paper ticket or phone ready. Bring your group together and answer the question about group size clearly.
You do not need to push through other customers or shout as if you are claiming the last seat on a rescue boat.
The system needs to identify you. It does not need you to win a sport.
Our fifth word is guohao, guohao, to miss your number after it has been called.
过号,过号. 过 can mean to pass or go beyond. Your number still exists on the ticket, but the active queue has moved beyond it.
Restaurants handle a missed number differently. Some place you near the front again. Some ask you to take a new number. Others allow a short grace period.
That means you should not hide the situation, and you should not begin by demanding an immediate table. Show the ticket and ask what the current rule requires.
You can say, 不好意思,我们过号了吗? That means, excuse me, did we miss our number?
Then ask what you should do now. A clear question gives the staff something they can solve.
Did you actually guohao?
Not completely. We responded during the second call. But while the chair was being cleaned, I asked what would have happened if we had returned a little later.
What did the staff member say?
At that restaurant, they usually called twice. After that, customers should return to the reception desk. The staff would fit them in according to the current table situation.
So it was not automatic cancellation, but it was also not a promise that the original table would remain empty.
Right. That was the rule at that location on that evening. Another branch or another restaurant may do something else.
Missing a number is a queue status, not a moral failure. Someone may be in the restroom, caring for a child, unable to hear the speaker, or looking at a delayed app notification.
At the same time, the restaurant cannot keep a table empty forever while many groups wait. The system needs a way to continue.
The most effective response is usually quick and calm. Explain that you have returned, show the number, and ask where the staff can place you now.
Arguing about where you should have been may feel satisfying for 10 seconds. Finding out where you are now is more likely to produce dinner.
There is our practical principle. When a system changes your status, confirm the new status before debating the history.
Our sixth expression is 还有几桌. How many groups are still ahead?
还有几桌？还有几桌？
Zhuo literally means a table. In a restaurant waiting context, it can count groups waiting to be seated.
You can always ask, how much longer? But time estimates change. Asking how many groups are ahead gives you a position in the queue.
The best answer may include both pieces of information, approximately how many minutes and how many groups.
If the restaurant separates table sizes, make sure you are asking about your own category. 6 small tables becoming free may not help a group of 8.
Earlier, when you asked the correct question, the staff member said there were about 8 small groups before B17.
Later, when the screen reached B14, I could understand our progress. I no longer needed to stare anxiously at A and C numbers that belong to other table types.
This is a small example of systems thinking. First, identify the variable that actually affects you. Then, watch how it changes.
It also makes communication easier. Why is A42 before my B17 contains an incorrect assumption. B17 前面还有几桌 asks for useful information without accusing anyone.
Numbers can make a process look exact, but the real world remains flexible. A table may need cleaning, a group may change size, or a customer may decline a seat.
Finally, B17 was confirmed. We followed an employee through the busy dining room and sat at a small table beside a window.
Was the food worth the wait?
Yes, Louise said the ticket had been harder to understand than the menu, but the noodles were excellent.
The ticket had still done its job. When many groups wanted a limited number of tables, it preserved an order without forcing everyone to stand in one long line.
We had done our part too. We asked how the system worked, stayed inside the notification area, responded to the call, and did not turn confusion into conflict.
A queue works through small cooperation between the business and the customers. The system records the order, and the customers remain reachable and provide accurate information.
A digital queue can also make the entrance safer and more comfortable. People can sit, move out of the doorway, and avoid blocking customers who are leaving.
But it moves some responsibility onto the screen and speaker. If instructions are unclear, visitors may not know whether they have joined the correct queue or missed an update.
That is why simple questions matter. Which category is mine? How will you notify me? May I wait nearby? What happens if I miss the call?
None of those questions require perfect language. A ticket, a number, and one short sentence can give the staff enough context to help.
The technology organizes the order, but communication still connects the number on the screen to the person waiting beside it. Then everyone gets a better chance of reaching the most important final state, seated with food approaching.
Let's review the 6 expressions from today.
排队, to wait in line or join a queue. The queue may be a visible line, or it may exist inside a digital system.
quhao, to take a queue number and enter the correct waiting category.
dengwei, to wait for a table while staying aware of the notification method and how far you may go.
jiaohao, to call a waiting number through a speaker, screen, message, app, or pager.
guohao, to miss a number after it has been called. The next step depends on the restaurant's current rule.
还有几桌, how many groups are still ahead in your queue?
The most useful discovery that evening was not the secret meaning of B17. It was how to turn vague anxiety into a specific question.
Busy service systems cannot be perfectly predictable. Clear signs, honest estimates, and polite confirmation can still reduce confusion.
If you see a crowd but no obvious line, do not panic and do not walk directly to the front. Look for a machine, screen, QR code, or reception desk.
Confirm how to enter the queue, whether your group size is correct, how you will be notified, and what happens if you miss the call.
Then keep your ticket somewhere safer than the bottom of a bag full of receipts.
A very specific recommendation.
Based on further research conducted while looking for B17 beside an old supermarket receipt.
Thank you for listening to Everyday Chinese English Academy.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Ming. We hope your next restaurant wait feels easier because you know what to watch and what to ask.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.